I've been using Match Method Mix since the first day it was ever made. Now, the original, which is what I say has always been my base mix. You know, whether I'm method feeder fishing, whether I'm fishing for carp in the edges, that has always been my sort of base mix. So you can add everything you need. If you just want to use it straight out the bag, you can do, which is what I do a lot of time when I'm method feeder fishing, especially when you want that natural colour as well. So if you go into a venue, like most venues in the summer, they're quite coloured, you know, don't be afraid to use just it straight out the bag. It's a light ground bait, and believe me, on a lot of days, having a light, fluffy ground bait in the peg can actually draw the fish in. So don't be afraid to keep it just as it comes out the bag. But I do get asked, look, Des, can you verify? Obviously, you've got like Match Method mixes in different sort of forms, in different colours. So that's what I'm going to do. Excuse me. So we got the Match Method Mix Dark. Now, when you actually mix this, it's not actually really, really dark. It's sort of got a greeny, dark texture to it. So it's not black. We didn't really want an absolute black ground bait because it is a commercial ground bait. It's basically based around the original. So if you just want that toned down ground bait, you know, whether you're just fishing, I know people that fish this now on the Gloucester Canal and places like that. It's their base mix. It's amazing that through the years, the skimmers, through carp anglers fishing all these natural venues, the bream, the skimmers, even the silverfish like the roach are switching on to fish meal ground baits. So don't be afraid. You know, whether you're commercial fishing for skimmers, whether you're going on natural venues, even rivers now, they're putting this through the feeder for the bream fishing. So the Match Method Mix Dark is one of them ground baits that you just don't use on commercials. It's a natural mix as well. And like I said, what is so lovely about them two is you can mix all the other ground baits we do as well. If you want something down the edge, you can put something like chunky fish in it. You can just put some margin mix in it. That is what's so versatile about it. Now we're moving on then to the Match Method Mix Marine. Now, marine, as we know, marine halibut pellet is really, really oily and potent. This stuff absolutely stinks of fish meal. So what we actually done was got the two Match Method mixes there and introduced that with the marine ground bait. Now, if you want that sort of potent, oily ground bait, the Match Method Mix Marine is going to be the one for you. I know people, again, you know, on the packaging, it just puts method feeder. But people are starting to put this into Tamar, places like that, when they're catching bream and skimmers, because it's really oily and it's more, I would say the Marine is a little bit more fluffy than the actual Match Method mixes. That is probably, you know, it's not just great for method feeder fishing, it's also good for putting for a cage feeder as well. So just bear that in mind. If you want that oily ground bait, try out the Marine. But there's one thing that I'm going to talk about, and people say to me, Des, why haven't Sonubaits brought out a Match Method Mix Green? Well, I'll put you in for a little secret. This is called Super Feeder Fish Meal. Now, this is a green ground bait. When you mix this up, it's a lovely green ground bait, which I know a lot of you, including me, do like that on the sort of traditional commercial fishing. This Super Feeder Fish Meal is a virtually Match Method Mix Green. So if you're looking for Match Method Mix Green, check out the Super Feeder Fish Meal, because that is what it's based around. There's a few little tweaks in there, just to, obviously, because a lot of people want to put this through a cage feeder as well. But if you're looking for the green version of Match Method Mix, try out that. It's virtually Match Method Mix, just in a different packaging.